I think that a lot of people listening aren't quite at the stage where they can delegate a lot of things out, or they're not quite sure how to delegate it out. They don't have a team yet. And I'll ask you this quick. If you're part-time business right now, then what does the rest of your life look like? Did you design your life in a way where your business is sustaining you so that you can enjoy your time with family? Like what does your life look like now aside from your business?
So I always say that business is less than half of my life because I'm involved in my church. My family situation is tricky, and my marriage demands a lot of work and my mental energy. And I have 3 kids, so the business was always less than half of my mental space, mental energy, and it stayed that way. Uh, and I lost the track of what you were asking me.
Well, that was the beginning because you intentionally designed your life around your family, around your church, around the community. You tried a lot of things in the last decade in order to find out what works. I don't want to discount what you said when you said, well, I started to write books. I started with fiction and then I landed on nonfiction and personal development and I saw success with that. And then you said book sales weren't quite there. So I dove into advertising. And then you said, well, then I discovered I liked coaching. So you started to do that. You tried all these different things to land on what it is you enjoy doing that actually got you results. But it's important to notice and point out there that you failed many times, right? And failed is a very interesting word because some people see it as the end all be all. But to me, failing is you learned what's working and what's not working, and you stopped doing what's not working to incorporate what is. And you started to build a team around these systems that you created. So we're fast forwarding a lot here, but I want to know specifically for you at the beginning, before the team, before the delegation, while working full time with the 3 kids, with the church service, what were the daily disciplines that made your business possible before you had a team? What
Yeah.
what does that look like for you? What did that look like?
So I can tell you how it looked like for me, but I will also start from how it should like for you, whoever is listening to this, because like Jim said, there are just a few simple disciplines regarding every business. So I started with writing, and within several months, I had a few of disciplines. First was writing. Like writing must happen to be a writer. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
this verb which describes the activity. Uh, then, when you write, then you need to edit. Then, if you want to publish, you need to prepare this piece, to format it, add the images, and so on, and do maybe some marketing, which I'm terrible at, but still learn something. Yeah, so writing and editing, there were like 2 non-negotiable activities, because this was the core of my business. If I and the important thing in your business is, like with writing, nothing will happen if I didn't write for one day
Mm-hmm.
or 1 week or even 1 month. Like the world wouldn't end. I would still have my day job, income, maybe royalties from a few books which I already published. But this is the fabric of my business. So I needed to do this. And also my virtual mentor, Craig Ballantyne, he says that if you're a solopreneur, sales should be your one thing,
Mm.
which, yeah, I was always reluctant to do, really.
Why were you reluctant when it came to sales?
Like first I didn't know how to do it, then it wasn't really my thing, so I would rather write than sell or market. And it's still up to the day. Like my business right now is created that in a way that people come to me. I don't need to chase my customers. I have all the customers from referrals, recommendations, and one online marketplace where there is, like, this space is not that competitive. There are just, maybe dozen people in the world who are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm shining on this marketplace. It's ritzy.com, and I'm getting inquiries every day from there. So I don't need to chase clients, and this is how I build this business.
Yeah.
But now, when I'm trying to grow my coaching practice, it bites me back in my butt, because I need to learn how to do that. And
Yes.
it's yeah. So sales are important, and I also know from my coaching practice, because I have a couple of success stories of my coaches. Like, this was really what they neglected: prospecting and having a full pipeline. And once they started doing this consistently, like, the business exploded. And yeah, this is very important. So I would say, you always know what's the fabric of your business. Like, for me, it was writing at the beginning, and
Hmm.
sales needs to happen. So at the very beginning, Amazon was so easy. In 2013, you just published the book, then promoted it in the first month, and it was sticky enough to sell for the next year. And if you publish a few more books during that time, of course, that old book got elevated as well. So I could, get like, it didn't hurt me to not to be uh, not very mindful of my marketing.